Welcome to Diesel Engine Rebuilders. My name is John Archer. So we're just talking about some of the engines that we're building here. This one just happens to be a 871 twin cam Cummins ISX. When we build these engines, we actually resurface the decks on the block. We strip them down to bare paint or bare block and then repaint them, get any anti-corrosion material on them. And then we cut our counterbores and then do our deck and get those all milled and machined. Cylinder heads, we do the same thing with it. We put all new valve guide seats and seals into it and mill the deck of the head and put in all brand new cam bearings into it. So if you've seen some of our other videos, you'll see what we do on those. Again, we polish our crankshafts, polish our camshafts. As you can see, they're nice and clean. And again, down below, we don't spare any expenses when we're building our engines. We put in new oil pumps, we put in new air compressors and new water pumps, and 90% of the time, again, we replace the oil pan because there's rust in the oil pan. All right, we're just kind of talking about some of the products that we actually use when we're rebuilding these engines. One of the products that we talk about is the Goodson. This is a really good protectant for the blocks and heads, and so this is a really good product. We like it. It keeps any corrosion or anything else away. The other thing is we use International Torque Compound versus grease or oil. Anything that you may be putting your main bearings into, or your cylinder head bolts, anything like that, you're actually torquing in. We don't actually use oils and stuff. We use actually International Torque Compound. I've been using this for like 30 years, and this is actually the best stuff that I've ever found on the market, and I'll continue to use it. The other thing I want to talk about, not saying that anybody's right, wrong, or indifferent, but they say you should use this 105 assembly lube when you're rebuilding these engines. I disagree with that. I actually use this kind of a racing lube. When you're actually assembling connecting rods and stuff, they want you to use a gear oil or a heavy grease, anything in that nature. Well, this 105 assembly lube has really not a very good, it's thin, just super thin stuff, and it doesn't hold up very well versus this grease. So you get no tacky here, but this is fully tacky. So when you're building your pistons, not that I'm telling these guys how to do it or anything in that nature, but I don't want them to have a failure. So if you can, switch out to this stuff here. It's a really good product, and I'm not saying that you have to use it or anything in that nature, but you won't have a piston connecting rod failure using this. I've ran into that problem before, and I don't want to see anybody making that mistake. The other thing is Loctite, the 609. Cummins actually says you need to use this. Yes, you do. I know there's a lot of guys out there doing in-frames, and a lot of repair shops doing in-frames, and they actually want you to put this on the main bearings, and it's a good idea that you actually do that. So those guys that are doing those in-frames on those trucks, if you're not putting these on the caps, you're making a mistake. So with that being said, I just kind of wanted to give you guys some product information that we use, and I've had a lot of success with the products that I use, and they're good companies and great greases and stuff like that to actually build your engine, so that when you have that startup, you don't have that failure. If you have any questions, give me a call, 616-558-3063, or you can find me on the web, Diesel Engine Rebuilders, LLC.com. Thanks for your time.